In this lesson, we're going to be focusing on solving problems on double inequality. For example, if you have negative 2 is less than or equal to x is less than 10, this can be written as negative 2 is less than or equal to x and x is less than 10. So, if you take a good look at this, you see that this x term affects this half of the equation and also this half of the question. So the same thing is going to be applied on this question we're going to solve next. We are going to split this question as negative 2 is less than or equals to 2x minus 6 and 2x minus 6 is less than 4. So after splitting it like this, we are going to solve this part of the question and also this part of the inequality. And then afterwards, we are going to combine the answers and present them in interval notation and also on the number line. So let's go ahead and solve this question. Please, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like what I'm doing. Also share with your friends, like and comment. Thank you. So let's solve this question. We are given negative 2 is less than or equal to 2x minus 6 less than 4. So let's split this inequality. We have negative 2 is less than or equal to 2x minus 6 then and 2x minus 6 is less than 4. So let's solve this question. So let's solve this part first. So we have negative 2 is less than or equal to 2x minus 6. So the first step is to add 6 to both sides to eliminate this negative 6 from the right hand side. So negative 2 plus 6 is going to give us 4, then less than or equal to 2x because this is going to cancel. So let's divide both sides by 2. This and this will cancel. Then 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So you have 2 is less than or equal to x. So to solve this part of the question, we are going to add 6 to both sides so that we have 2x. Negative 6 plus 6 is 0, so it's less than 4 plus 6 is 10. Let's divide both sides by 2. So x is going to be less than, then 10 divided by 2, 2 divided by 2 is 1, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we have that x is less than 5. And to combine these two answers, we are going to write x here. So x is less than 5. So we write less than 5, and then x is greater than or equal to 2. So we write greater than or equal to 2. So this is less than or equal to, but then if you reverse this part of the answer, you see that x is greater than or equal to 2. So this is what is going to be. So me writing 2 less than or equal to x, you say the same thing as x greater than or equal to 2. Alright, so let's represent this on the number line. So if you represent this answer on a number line, it's going to be, so this is negative infinity and then this is positive infinity. This is 0. We have 2 and 5. So x is greater than or equal to 2. So let's assume that this here is our 2 and then this is our 5. So we have that x is less than 5. So because of this less than a strict inequality, let's represent this with an open circle or open dot. So since x is less than 5, the arrow is going to point towards the negative part of the number line. You get towards the left hand side. So and then x is greater than or equal to 2. So we are going to draw a closed circle or a tick dot because of this greater than or equal to. So this tick dot means that 2 is inclusive. Then this open dot or open circle means that 5 is not inclusive. So since x is greater than or equal to 2, we are going to draw this arrow to the right. Alright. So to represent this in interval notation, the answer is going to be, since 2 is inclusive, we are going to use these brackets to write 2, then comma, 5 is exclusive, is not inclusive. So we write 5 and then use this parenthesis to close it. So this is how to represent the answer in interval notation. So let's go ahead and solve the next question. I hope you are enjoying the video. Please, if you are enjoying the video, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, share with your friends, let them enjoy the lesson too. So the next question we're going to solve is negative 1 is less than 5 minus 2x is less than or equal to 7. So let's split the inequality we have negative 1 is less than 5 minus 2x, then and 5 minus 2x is less than or equal to 7. So let's take this 5 to the left hand side. So by subtracting 5 from both sides, so minus 1 minus 5 is minus 6 is less than, this will be 0, then we have minus 2x. So we're going to divide both sides by minus 2, so this and this will cancel, then we have x. Note that when you are dividing with a negative sign, then the inequality sign is going to change. So instead of writing less than, we are going to write greater than. So negative 6 divided by negative 2 is going to give us 3. Then let's solve the right hand side. We have that 5 minus 2x is less than or equal to 7. So let's subtract 5 from both sides, so that this and this will cancel. We have negative 2x is less than or equal to 7 minus 5 is 2. So let's divide both sides by negative 2. So this and this will cancel. We have x. We divided by a negative number, so let's revert the inequality sign. It's going to be greater than or equal to 2 divided by negative 2 is negative 1. So let's combine the answers. So we have that x, then this part says that x is greater than or equal to negative 1. Then this part, this 3 is greater than x, means that x is less than 3. So x is less than 3. If you want to write it here, it's going to be x. Know that this part of the inequality sign is facing x, so we're going to write it the same, and then 3. This open part is facing this 3. You will get this open part is facing this 3. So this is the best way to combine it. So to represent it on the number line, so we have negative infinity, and then we have positive infinity. So our 3 and 1, so we have 0. This is our 3, and then this is negative 1. So we have weak inequality and then straight inequality, and then the weak inequality is associated with negative 1. So let's represent it with a closed circle, and then x is greater than or equal to negative 1. So the arrow is going to point to the right hand side, and then the straight inequality so is associated with 3. So let's represent it with an open circle, and then x is less than 3. So we're going to draw the arrow to the left hand side, and so the answer in interval notation is going to be, since this negative 1 is inclusive, we open it and we write it with the bracket, then negative 1 comma 3 is exclusive, so 3, and then we close it with a parenthesis, and so this is the answer for this one. So let's go ahead and solve the third question. Negative 11 is less than or equal to 4 minus 3x, then less than or equal to 28. So I want you to pause this video and try this question and know if you get it. So let's continue. Let's split the inequalities as always. So negative 11 less than or equal to 4 minus 3x, and then 4 minus 3x is less than or equal to 28. So let's subtract 4 from both sides. So this and this will cancel. So negative 11 minus 4 then is negative 15, then less than or equal to negative 3x. So let's divide both sides by negative 3. So this and this will cancel, and then 3 and 3 will cancel. We have x. Since we divided with a negative number, we are going to revert the inequality sign. So we are going to revert it, and then negative 10 divided by negative 3 is going to be equal to 5. So let's solve the right hand side. We have 4 minus 3x is less than or equal to 28. So let's subtract 4 from both sides. So this will cancel. Then we have negative 3x is less than or equal to 28 minus 4 is 24. So let's divide both sides by negative 3. This and this will cancel, and then we have x. Since we divided by a negative number, we are going to divide the inequalities, and it's going to be greater than or equal to 24 divided by negative 3 is negative 8, because 3 times 8 is 24. So to combine the inequalities, we are going to have x. So this part is x is greater than or equal to negative 8, and then this says 5 is greater than or equal to x, which also interprets as x is less than or equal to 5. So since this part is facing this x, So let's just write it that way, and then we have 5 here. So the answer is x is greater than or equal to -8 or less than or equal to 5. So let's represent it on a number line. So we have negative infinity, we have positive infinity, then we have 0 here. So -8, let's assume it to be here, -8, and then 5, so assume it to be here. So -8 is associated with a weak inequality, and so it's going to be a closed circle, and then pointing to the right hand side, because this is greater than or equal to -8. So it's going to point to the right hand side, and then this is x is less than or equal to 5. So also a weak inequality, and we'll present it with a closed circle. So this one is going to point to the left hand side because x is less than or equal to 5, or 5 is less than or equal to x. So to represent this in interval notation, we're going to have, since both -8 and 5 are inclusive, we're going to represent both of them with a bracket. So we have, sorry, that's not, so we have -8. You first of all start with the smallest number, then comma 5. Both are closed because both are inclusive. So let's solve the next question. So please, if you are enjoying my video, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you encourage me to make more videos. So let's solve another question. We have -1 is less than 3 minus 2x, and is less than or equal to 5. So let's split the inequalities. We're going to have -1 is less than 3 minus 2x, and 3 minus 2x is less than or equal to 5. So let's subtract 3 from both sides. We're going to have -4 is less than -2x. So let's divide by -2. This and this will cancel. We have x. Remember, when you divide with a negative number, you will divide the inequality sign. So it's going to be greater than -4 divided by -2 is going to be 2. So to the right hand side, we have 3 minus 2x is less than or equal to 5. So let's subtract 3 from both sides. We have -2x is less than or equal to 5 minus 3 is 2. So let's divide both sides by -2. So this and this will cancel. We have x. We divided by a negative number, so let's divide the inequality sign. It's going to be greater than or equal to 2 divided by -2 is equal to -1. So to combine inequality, we have x, then is greater than or equal to -1, and then x is also less than, then we have 2. So this means 2 is greater than x, and if you want to interpret it, it means x is less than 2. Alright, because you start with x first. So to represent this on a number line, we are going to have, so this is our negative infinity, and this is our positive infinity. So we have -1 here, and then we have 2. This is 0. We have 2 here. So -1 is associated with a weak inequality, and so we're going to represent it with a closed dot or closed circle. Then x is greater than or equal to -1 is pointing to the right because this is the positive part of the number line. Then we have 2, which is associated with a strict inequality. So we're going to represent it with an open circle or open dot. So x is less than 2. So this is going to point towards the left. So this is the answer in using number line. Then to represent it in interval notation, we're going to have -1, then comma 2. Now this is because I use this thing because -1 is inclusive, and then this because 2 is not inclusive. So 2 is not included. The possible values of x must be less than 2. Alright, and then for this part it must be greater than -1. So thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and have a nice day.